Hello. This video will be about the parts of your instrument. This part specifically is actually not attached to your instrument. It's one of the accessories we use in order to play your instrument, and that is the bow. The bow has a few parts that you should know about. The first of which is the structure of the bow, and that's the stick. It's this long wooden piece that goes across the top. Sometimes it's wood, sometimes it's plastic, but it's the long structure of the bow. At the very tip of your bow is something called the tip. Okay, that is the tip of your bow. This is the pointy part that you don't hold on to. It's opposite of where you hold on to the bow. This is also the most fragile part of the bow, so be very careful when you put your bows down not to hit this part too hard. Okay, the part of the bow that actually does most of the work is the hairs right here. Okay, the hairs of the bow. Now these are made from horsehair, and it's really important not to touch them because the oils from your skin will actually make them very smooth and slippery, and it'll make it so that your bow doesn't help the string to vibrate. So it's really important not to touch the hairs of your bow. The hairs of your bow are connected into this black square thing down here at the bottom. This is called the frog. Okay, this provides an anchor point for the string, or for the hairs. It also moves back and forth this way to adjust the tension. Okay, you adjust the tension of the bow by turning this adjustment screw at the back. Now, the proverb you should know is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. If you are looking at the screw and you turn it to the right, that will make the hairs tighter. If you turn it to the left, that will move the frog back down and make it looser. Where the strings and the frog meet, there's a silver piece right here called the ferrule. Okay, that's important. That keeps the connection point of the hairs to the frog nice and protected. The last part of our bow that we're going to talk about is called the windings. And for some of us, it's silver like this bow. And some of us, it's a black piece of rubber or leather that goes the entire length. This is where, when we make a good bow hold, our first finger really holds on to the bow. So, important things to note about the bow is that you don't want to over tighten the bow, okay? When you tighten your bow, you should have still a nice curved bow stick. It should curve down towards the hairs. This is called the camber. Okay, we never want the stick to be very, very, very straight. It always wants to bend down towards the hairs. And you'll adjust the tension for what you like, but a good place to start is right here in the middle of the bow. So we're looking at the middle of our bow. Right about here, you should get about the width of your pinky nail away from the hairs, okay? When you put your bow away, every single time you put your bow away, you want to make sure you loosen the hairs of your bow. What this is going to do is it makes the hairs, you can see that they become a little floppy. That will make the life of your hairs last much longer. So make sure you loosen your bow at the end of every session, and when you start, you tighten your bow at the beginning of every session. Okay, so let's review the parts of the bow. We have the stick, the tip, the hairs, the frog, the adjustment screw, the winding, and the ferrule. Thank you very much for watching this video about the bow.